Tom Martino with a consumer show, unlike any other, where we give you very important information on this show. And we're going to talk a little bit about hearing loss right now because May is Better Hearing and Speech Month. And did you know that out of every 10 people in the U.S., or 1 out of 10 estimated to have hearing loss? That's amazing. And I know I have some hearing loss. And you know, an estimated 2 million people may be candidates for implantable technology. You know, we're not talking about hearing aids, but we're talking about implants. And you know who made those famous, I think? I heard about him when Rush Limbaugh was having a really hard time hearing, and he had some kind of implant. Anyway, let's talk about this technology. Only 5% of the people who can benefit have been treated. That means there are a lot of people who can benefit that have not been treated. So we're going to talk about a campaign called Have You Heard? From Cochlear Americas. And we have with us right now with the campaign Christine, an audiologist with Cochlear Americas, and we have a patient, Ellen, and we'll talk to her. Ellen, you have cochlear implants.
Yes, I do. I have 2.
2. Now, I want to know something right off the bat. Can we use the term deaf?
Yes, absolutely.
Because a lot of people say, well, that's not apropos. So let's talk about it. Cochlear implants, what are they? I just need to know what they are.
Okay.
Because I hear about them, but what are they?
A cochlear implant is very different from a hearing aid. A hearing aid amplifies sound. And a hearing aid is an appropriate treatment option for the majority of people with hearing loss. But for those people where hearing aids are no longer enough, that's where a cochlear implant steps in. Cochlear implant bypasses the damaged parts of the ear and stimulates the underlying hearing nerve directly. The underlying hearing nerve is actually intact and actually quite good. And once we stimulate it directly, the brain gets the signal that it needs to hear and can interpret that signal as sound. So for someone that has a severe to profound hearing loss, listening to a hearing aid is like listening to a badly tuned radio.
It doesn't matter. You're just amplifying bad sound.
You're just amplifying bad sound. That's absolutely correct. And with a cochlear implant, because we're bypassing that damaged part of the ear, stimulating the nerve directly, the sound is quite, you can restore normal hearing.
Now, Cochlear Americas is the leading manufacturer of these solutions. What do they look like? Do you have any of these here that actually get implanted into an ear?
Yes, we've got the internal device right here.
Now, this is actually, and we need to show this close up, so if you can hold it, I think, if you can hold that. Now, that goes inside the ear?
This goes inside the ear.
Where we're talking about this little button here. We're not, and I don't know how close. Oh, there we are. Okay. And I'm not sure. Let's just tilt it up. So this part right here goes in the ear, right?
No, actually, Tom, this part would go right behind your ear.
Okay. So does she have that now?
She does. So she's got it right here.
Oh, okay.
Behind her ear, and that's placed just underneath the skin.
Oh, so it's an implant in that way here, not in here.
Right. Well, in this little piece right here.
Okay, now this is very
tiny electrode array.
These little things right here.
That goes into the inner ear, which is also called the cochlea.
Okay, so you have 2 parts to it. One is behind the ear, and then it goes in.
Into the ear, into the cochlea.
Now, do you also have a hearing aid? Do you also have a hearing aid?
This is the sound processor. It's what you're seeing right here. And that's how the sound is picked up from the environment. It's transmitted across the skin via radio frequency into the implant, and then it goes into the cochlea, which is a small snail-shaped organ about the size of the pea in your inner ear.
Okay, so we're going to talk more about this later in the show. We're going to also do a hearing test throughout the show to see what a hearing test is like. I wanted to ask Ellen Beer, were you deaf completely? Could you hear anything?
Actually, Tom, I lost my hearing over 30 years. I lost it beginning when I was 26. So it was a progressive loss. Basically, in my business that I had, I was having so much difficulty talking on the phone, conversing with people in conference rooms, even understanding my grandchildren, that I was just about ready to hang it up and no longer do my business. I was going to go home and sit and do something on the web.
When did you have those done?
I had my first implant done in September of '09 and my second one done just last year.
Now, by the way, we have a whole bunch of stuff to talk about. You have a campaign coming up. You're going to raise money. There is a challenge to the public to spread the word to 1 million people in need, and we'll talk about that Saturday, May 22nd, Clement Park. This is a walk for hearing. How do people get involved?
Well, as you said, it's at Clement Park in Littleton tomorrow at 9 a.m.
Yes.
We also have a campaign going on. It's called the Have You Heard campaign and the Millionaire Challenge. To find out about the Millionaire Challenge, people can go to www.cochlearamericas.com.
Right there, Cochlear
/Millionaire Challenge. What we're trying to do, as you said, is get the word out about the impact of hearing loss on people in the U.S. 1 out of 10 Americans suffer from some type of hearing loss, and also about the full range of hearing treatment options that are available, including cochlear implants in the Baja.
Now, this money raised will be used to help people get cochlear implants?
But that's one thing that Cochlear Americas is doing.
Yes.
Every year we donate over $200,000 for people in need, in financial need for our technology. And this year, in addition to that, we'll be donating an additional $150,000 for those people in financial need who need this technology.
To find out more, go to this website. And also, it is on Saturday, and we'll give you more information later in the show. We're going to do a hearing test and have them back. It's a walk for hearing. Okay. Now I'd like to get back to talking about hearing loss. We did a hearing screening here. A screening is not a test. What is a screening? Let's talk about that. Christine is with Cochlear Americas.
And basically what we did, Tom, is we just checked him to see whether he was within normal limits or outside of normal limits.
Was he in normal limits?
He was fairly within normal limits, except I'm a little concerned about his left ear. He might have some high frequency or high pitch loss. But other than that, he looks like he's in good shape.
Okay, let's talk about this implant again. And you showed this, and it's 2 parts, and we may not be able to get a close-up again, but this goes behind the ear, and this goes inside and actually stimulates this in the ear.
In the cochlea, and then to the hearing nerve, which sends a signal to the brain where it's received as sound.
Now, you have cochlear implants.
Yes, I do.
From Cochlear Americas. You love them. You say they're wonderful.
Absolutely. The thing that's different about this than a hearing aid is the clarity of the sound. Hearing aids amplified sound and give me a lot of volume, but I couldn't hear. It was like mumbling. And so with my cochlear implant, I'm able to hear very clearly again. I can hear the birds sing.
Music?
Music is awesome. In fact,
your iPod?
I have an iPod that hooks directly into my processor, and so I can hear all the music that I missed.
What about a phone? A cell phone?
I can use a cell phone again. I can use a regular landline again. I can even participate in conference calls.
We should mention this, by the way. Insurance, Medicare, Medicaid, and insurance covers these.
Absolutely, just like a hip or a knee implant.
And
no
it's
different.
And here's something I didn't realize. It is not just for the deaf. I thought it was when all hope is lost, then you go to a cochlear implant.
No, not necessarily.
So you're telling me that it's for progressive hearing loss or just a bad hearing loss?
Yeah, it's for children who are born deaf.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And so, as I said before, 12 months of age is the youngest we'll implant.
Okay.
There's no upper age limit, and it's really intended for people that might have lost their hearing over time.
Okay.
So hearing aids worked for a period of time, and now they're no longer enough.
But you don't have to wait until your hearing goes completely out.
Absolutely not. What we're looking for is limited benefit from a hearing aid. And what we're seeing, Tom, is average performance today would be 80% on sentence recognition test compared to maybe something like 20% with a hearing aid.
And we're not talking about experimental. This has been going on for 25 years.
25 years, and the technology's developed over that time, and the performance is just outstanding.
See, and all of these things are good to know. Real technology, 25 years experience, insurance covers it. You can use phones. You don't have to be completely deaf. I knew none of this. So, I'm happy to hear. And you have a challenge. Cochlear America wants to reach 1 million people about this technology.
Absolutely. So we have the Millionaire Challenge.
Millionaire Challenge.
And what we're trying to do is reach 1 million people. And if they go to the Millionaire Challenge website, we're asking people to share their story about how hearing loss has impacted them, or maybe how it's impacted a family member.
Then you also donate a lot of money as one of the #1 manufacturers of this technology. You're donating a lot of money.
Cochlear Americas is the leading manufacturer for cochlear implants. Every year we donate over $200,000, and this year
an additional
$150,000 for those people in financial need.
Okay, and then you also do something with the Regional Hearing Loss Association of America, or the Hearing Loss Association of America here in town. We're going to have a walk, and that's tomorrow, right?
That's tomorrow at Clement Park in Littleton, and it starts at 9 a.m., and everyone's invited.
9 a.m. tomorrow, Clement Park in Denver. It's the Walk for hearing. The goal is to raise more than $20,000 locally to fund Regional Hearing Loss Association of America programs that help reduce the impact of hearing loss on a person's daily life. There's also help available to people who are in need. And it's really good to know about this technology. And are there people that have hearing aids that can give them up then and use this instead? This replaces them.
Absolutely. If they're a suitable candidate, this would be something that would be their next option for them. They would need to get evaluated to determine if they're a suitable candidate for the technology, and then they could move forward. Absolutely.
All right. Once again, the walk is tomorrow, Clement Park, 9 a.m., and that's Walk for Hearing. And then you can always go to the websites to find out more information on that. And that about does it. Were you surprised? You don't have a mic on, but were you surprised that you were a little out of range?
Yes.
Yes, a little. And I think I'm out of... a lot of people have minor hearing loss, isn't that right?
That's correct. That's correct.
Are there any tips to preserve hearing? Do loud noises hurt hearing?
Loud noises hurt hearing, so keep your iPod low, a low volume on your iPod. If someone else can hear the iPod, it's probably too loud.
All right.
The other thing is a lot of people like to wear their iPods when they're doing things like mowing the lawn.
Yeah.
It's very, very dangerous because you've just done...
We're out of time. Thank you very much for being here. We'll see you on Monday.
All right, thank you.